I will not complain about a win.
No complaints on a W.
No complaints on a W. No complaints on a W at all. I mean, solid win tonight. Pods had a pretty good game. I mean, he came out aggressive. Let me get some people up here.
Well, I didn't get to watch the game because Arco didn't give me VIP, but I'm glad we won. That's all I gotta say.
Solid win, Manny. Solid win.
Solid win. I'll look at the stat sheet and I'll watch the highlights, but yeah, it was a tough
You
one.
know, considering the amount of bullshit that they had to endure during this entire 6 game road trip, I don't think anybody can be mad that they went 500 on this road trip.
Yeah, I mean, I would have much rather them win that game last night. But you know what? Can't cry about last night. Can't cry about the past. So I think we're good. So we go into the All Star break. Where did we go into the All Star break last year? I'm curious.
I think they were still below 500.
They were still
It's
below
crazy.
500. So, but this year we made a trade and we're a game above 500 going into the All Star break. Correct, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we got Sacramento ahead of us. We got Dallas ahead of us, and I think the Timberwolves. I'm not sure what that game is looking like, but we got some ground to make up. But I think we'll be fine.
I'm looking at the stat sheet. Santos was a minus. What happened? Was he just?
He,
He hit 1 3, but he was just not boxing out guys tonight.
yeah, he was giving up some stuff tonight.
He kept letting like Amen like just essentially crash the glass like ahead of him. He was
Yeah,
just not boards. It was mainly him trying to box Amen out, and he just wasn't doing it tonight.
yeah. Amen is a crazy athlete, though. You know what I'm saying? So,
He is
um,
though. He's first team All NBA defense for sure this year.
yeah. Pods had an amazing game tonight. Pods had 18, 5, 4 assists, 4 steals. Moody played pretty good tonight. Steph 27.
Yo, Eric Pods played. He played 40 minutes tonight.
Yeah,
Pods.
yeah. We and
I mean,
honestly,
I told you guys like the first thing I said this game, it was like they have to rely on the young guys tonight because like the old guys just won't have it tonight. The back end of a
mhm.
back to back, they literally got there in Houston in like 4 in the morning, so there's going to be no legs for them. Then that's why we said like they had to win this game in the third, put the game essentially out of reach to the point where you can rest the guys. But of course, that didn't happen. It had to win this game twice essentially.
Yeah. Um, what do you think about Jimmy Butler's? What is that? The fourth game so far?
Bro, I like it. I
I
like
don't
it.
I.
like it from
Hey, Eric,
John.
something I observed. So I'm just looking at the box
Mhm.
score. You realize nobody on our team had double digit rebounds tonight. Nobody. Rebounding could be an issue going forward.
Why?
Well, I'm pretty sure the Warriors are actually one of the better rebounding teams in the league. As funny as that sounds.
I don't know, man.
Go look it up.
It's a
Go
little
look it
concerned.
up,
We
Kevin.
got out rebounded. We got out rebounded by 10 tonight. They had 52. We had 42
The
rebounds.
Rockets are the best rebounding team in the league, though. By and they're really, really. That's why they're so good. They crash the glass. They force so many turnovers. They're one of the best defensive teams in the league. The problem is that they're just a bottom 10 offense. That's what honestly will get them got in the playoffs.
Yeah. So when I look at the Rockets, they are number one in rebounding. We're third in rebounding. So, but the thing about them is that they, bro, they crash the glass. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're one of these teams that definitely crash the glass. So that first matchup, I was remembering when we were playing them, they were like, Amen Thompson was just fucking
It was
pressuring,
yeah.
bro.
It was Amen and Tari
Yeah.
Eason play in that. Well, I'm sorry, in season tournament game.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, they're not a great offensive team. Like we do every time we've played them so far. We've played them how many times? That's the third time, right, or the fourth time?
No,
I
this is
think
for
it's a
the
four
fourth time.
time.
Series is done.
Okay,
Both
yeah,
we won 3-1.
Yeah, bro, it should have been 4-0 because that game in the play-in tournament, bro, like we had them, you know what I'm saying? And we just kind of gave them the game. So so that's one of the games where I just kind of look back and I'm like, what are we doing, bro? Like they just do some of the stupidest things end the games. I mean, sometimes it almost looks like they're trying to give the team the game, man. Fourth quarter, 28-23, Rockets won by 5. That shit should have been over, bro. I Sometimes I don't know what they're trying to do, but 10 turnovers tonight. The turnover battle, they haven't been egregious lately. Have you noticed that? They've
Well, because they're actually winning the points off
Yeah.
turnovers battle. As funny as that sounds.
Yeah, they've been doing
I think they were like plus 10 today. I didn't look at the stat sheet, but I think they were plus
yeah.
10 in points off turnovers.
They've been doing a pretty good job.
They were like in the Dallas game, which they blew, they actually were like almost plus
Yeah.
20 in points off turnovers, which is crazy. That's probably the only reason why you actually were in that game in the first place.
They've been doing a pretty good job, but let me say this. The one stat that I want to see within the top 3 is defensive field goal percentage, okay? Now, you want to know what the problem with this fucking team is? It's the defense, right? So effective field goal percentage defended, right? OKC is number 1, Boston is number 2, the Rockets are number 3. When we were rolling, do you know where we were ranked in that stat? This just sums up the whole season, right? Guess where were ranked in that stat?
I
Like the
believe we were
first
one.
20 games or so.
I'm gonna guess top 3.
We-
I'm gonna guess top
Bro, we were
3
number
We were
ever.
one
number one.
through 25 games. We were number 1, right? Guess where we are ranked right now,
Somewhere in the 20s.
bro?
Somewhere in the middle of the
19.
pack.
We're 15th exactly. That is the
So
problem.
middle, so mid,
Yeah, bro. Like,
so middle of the pack.
so when I tell you that our defense has fallen off, our defense has fallen off of a cliff even before the trade. You know what I'm saying? Because we started with the goofy lineups, the 3 guard stuff, the 4 guard stuff, and then we couldn't guard anybody. You know what I'm saying? And then we got like ran off the court like a couple of times. Next thing you know, we net out to 15th. That's ridiculous. So they need to fix that. That's the thing that they need to fix because we were number 1 in that stat. We were rolling, right? So right now I look at their defense. Their defense is like ninth, right? Um, they
Surprisingly, they're still top 10
Yeah,
defense,
but
right?
if you look at where they've been, the last 2 months, they've been in the 20s, to be honest with you. Right? So I ran a thing the other day where I was looking at it, and I think it was the first 15 games I ran the filter for, right? The first 15 games, their defense was 7 points better than league average, right? After that, and I think I ran this up to, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago. And their defense, since that start, since the first 15, it's been -2 below league average, right? So not only did the offense fall off of a cliff, the defense was below league average as well, right? So you want to know why they've fallen off of a cliff so much? It's a defense because they're one of these teams that they try to turn defense into offense, right? And they're just not that talented. And even if you make 2 more trades, I still don't think they'll be like a 119, 120 offense. That's just not what's going to happen, right? So the defense, definitely got got kicked in their mouth like the last couple of weeks, right? So a -2 below league average. Bro, like that's stupid. That same stat that I was telling you, those 2 stats go hand in hand, right? Because the league is, 3-point shooting and all of that. Effective field goal, twos and threes, a blended number. And they're middle of the pack in that. That tells you everything that you need to know about, kind of what's been happening. It's not since the trade or anything like that. It's been going on even before that, right? So on offense now, they look like they're a little bit more steady. But also, here's another thing too. they're also playing no more minutes now. Steph played 35 minutes tonight. We were doing the goofy shit where we were playing Steph like 28 minutes, 29 minutes, right? And now they're like, oh shit, we need to win games. Now Steph is out there playing 35 minutes. Jimmy Butler, 35 minutes tonight. Draymond, 30. Moody, 34. Pods, 39 minutes, right? So the minutes, they're kind of amping up the minutes now. Tonight they took 41 threes, 27 free throws. Look at that. Steph had 9 free throws tonight. Jimmy had 6. Really? Steph had 9 free throws? Really? Wow. Go figure. So that's where we are right now, gentlemen. And I don't know what they're going to do going forward, right? So you can look at it this way. Last year, I think entering the break, they were like 3 games below 500. So it was way more grim last year, believe it or not. This year, they are a game above 500 going into the break. 23 points in the fourth, 20 points in the third. Is it just me, or when Steve Kerr has a lead, he starts to do stupid shit? Am I crazy for thinking that?
You're not the only
You're
crazy
not the
one.
only crazy one.
I'm a crazy one too, for believe
Listen,
me.
They're all crazy, man.
But it's
I don't know what Steve Kerr is doing. I feel like he's being paid to keep these games close.
bro, I don't know, man.
he has this weird he has this weird fetish for just like galaxy braining himself, thinking, oh, the game should be good to go now. You have a 24-point lead. We can rest some guys now. We put some bullshit lineups in there and hope to get away with it. But dude, this is the fucking NBA. All of these guys are talented. They can erase leads in nobody's business, man. Like a 24-point lead nowadays is nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, we blew up a 31-point lead against the same team just 2 months ago. So I don't know why he decided to do something like this again.
Yeah,
But
man. He always does that shit, bro. Always does that shit. Like, it's not the first time I've seen him do it this season. This season, he's done that a couple of times. Like, big lead, and then all of a sudden, you start to see dudes. It's not even just tonight, bro. Like, whatever. We got guys out, all of that shit, right? But it's like, then you start to see dudes off of the bench that haven't played before. And I've seen him do that around 3 times this year where we've lost all 3 games. Like we get a big lead, and then all of a sudden you're seeing people out there that you haven't seen all night. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen. Matter of fact, it ain't just this season. I've seen him lose leads like that and lost games like that notoriously over the years. Right? So anytime I see it, it just makes me so mad, bro. It's like, bro, what are you doing? You're running this pattern where you're playing Jimmy and Steph opposite, and then all of a sudden, none of them are on the court. Then you have Buddy Heel out there just chucking up bullshit, and then miss
Bro,
after
like their
miss.
offense is already Urkel, their offense is already bad enough. What did we think was going to happen when Steph, Draymond, and Jimmy are all on the bench at the same time?
Yeah,
What did anyone think was going to happen? Like, I don't have to explain that shit to you. You don't have to explain it. Everybody can figure that shit out.
yeah. It's
Why can't the fucking head coach see it coming? Is the funny
Buddy
question.
Heel again tonight, 1 of 5. So they're starting to like limit Buddy's minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even going to trip about Buddy. I think Buddy should be a situational type of player. You know what I'm saying? Pro-
But he's done. He's cooked.
right. So I think he should be situational. I don't think he should sit there
Situational.
and
Like, what do you mean? Like, we're up 20?
no. Like they need like there's like a certain stretch where you need like some shooting out there, but you shouldn't have him out there playing like 25 minutes a game, 30 minutes a game. You know what I'm saying? 10 to
Yeah.
15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like you're in a tight game and you need to unclog the toilet, throw him out there and see if he'll get a bucket. Outside of that, have him off the court. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
but the
I
funny
think he
thing
needs
is,
to learn fucking anything. He needs to learn Chinese, bro. He's going sent to Shanghai.
yeah,
I think he's out of the league by next year, bro. Let him
No, I
the
go.
don't
funny
think.
thing is,
Well, that's
Bro, what
impossible
team?
because
what team will put him in?
Well,
in a
that's
spot?
not possible because he's in a contract right now. His
Yeah.
contract's still
I
guaranteed
think we
for
should
next year,
cut
and I
him.
think the
Fuck
next
it.
year after.
He's
Yeah,
terrible.
I think we should trade him in the offseason.
That's not financially feasible.
No,
So
no,
Or cut him
he's
something. We need
that
to
won't
do
be
something
financial.
drastic with him because
I
he's
mean, we
just
can attach
he's
pitch
not
to sell him
productive
off
on
the
the court,
contract.
bro.
yeah.
I mean, the same thing happened with Lindy Waters early in the season. I don't know why Coach Kerr has to play these guys into being so bad. You don't have to wait till they are so bad before you get them off the court. Same thing with Lindy Waters. He was starting at the start of the season. I don't know why the coach does this. I think he's in love with all these role players. He just wants everyone to be happy, have some minutes here and there. It's if you're not playing well, you're not supposed to be on the court.
Yeah. Lindy was playing crazy minutes, bro.
Bobby here had just 14 minutes today, so it's better.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all good though, but I mean, not bad to finish out this
He
road
only
trip. So
Yeah, he only played 14 minutes, but then you see Potts play like 40
yeah.
minutes. So that was a result of that also. So you got to balance that out. I don't know how they
Yeah,
can
Pods
do
was
it.
playing good tonight. What game was Jimmy's first game?
It was against
Chicago, right?
Chicago.
It was
Yeah,
Chicago,
Saturday. It
Chicago.
was
They
Saturday.
Okay,
lose.
so we've
Yeah.
won 3 of the 4 games that Jimmy's been in there.
Yeah, but last
Right?
night's loss was the painful one. Like so
Yeah, it should have been
painful. Last
4-0.
night.
It should have been 4-0, man.
So, bro, they've lost some tough games, man. I mean, like if you look at so we unbeat Orlando at home, right? We lose a game in Utah, okay? So these have been all road games, by the way. So they lose in Utah, stupid L. We lose to the bum ass Lakers, right? I think we should have won that game because Lakers are trash, right?
Yeah.
Then we
I could see that one as the more acceptable L in this
nah,
entire
bro.
road
They
trip.
should have
Probably that
won
was
that game,
the
bro.
Did you
Like,
watch the game? They should have won it clearly.
yeah,
Look how
bro, they should
I
have won
would
that
say.
game. Like,
I think
wait. Look how much of a mass.
Bro, they were on the back end of a back to. They were on the back end of a back.
I know,
they
but
still
look
should have
how
won the
and
game.
Jimmy still hasn't taken the
Still
40.
should have won the game.
have you seen the plus minuses yet, Irk?
In terms of what?
Tonight's game.
I didn't really pay attention to it.
No,
Yeah,
Moses
I
Moody
think
and
the
Jimmy
usual
Butler
suspects.
were both plus 10s. They were higher
Yeah,
than
bro.
everyone else on the court.
Honestly, single game plus minus is I swear to God, I really don't look at it. You know what I'm saying? I really don't look at it that much because weird shit can happen in the context of the game sometimes.
No, I know.
But yeah.
But I'm just I without getting that VIP tonight, I had to just look at the stat sheets, the game.
I got you
capture.
next time, bro. Just come through early.
got
Yeah, the Sacramento Kings are losing at the moment, so I think that should help for the standings as well.
How much are they losing by? I haven't
5.
checked.
Wait, the
I think
Kings
like
are
1,000.
losing?
Overtime. Yeah,
They're
they're
playing
losing
the
to the Pelicans.
Pelicans.
Wow.
Yeah, they are playing
Pel-
old time. They
But
are losing by 5.
Look, Urkel, we can't deny yesterday you were trying to fry Moody. We were all I was the only one saying Moody's actually productional. And look at him starting over Buddy Hill.
Hey,
I need
man.
credit where credit's due. I said put
Manny,
Moses Moody in
Manny,
the lineup.
string games together, and then we can talk. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Like,
he can't have one good game,
Yeah.
and then one bad game all of a sudden.
Nah, man, we need to string
can we
games
please
together,
have
bro.
some consistency, dude?
This thing is about
Consistency is the
consistency.
name of the game.
Yeah, man, this thing is about consistency. So we beat Chicago. We were down in that game. Then we swung that game. Then we go to Milwaukee. Same shit. Bust that game open. 132, 125, 111, and then we score 105 tonight. So we play Houston pretty well. Steph 32, 37, 34, 38, 25, 27. So Steph is picking this shit up now. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's urgent now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Like that's 2 back-to-back games Moody is showing production. And then you'll
The
fucking
King just lost by 7 points, so
The Kings
that's
lost.
better.
All right. So where are we in the standings now? We're still behind them, right?
Yeah, we're still 10.
Did the Kings lose yesterday too?
No, they won. They won yesterday.
Also, someone was
Because
talking about
everybody
plus
played.
minus.
Because everybody played yesterday. All
Guys,
teams
Warriors
played
are
yesterday.
officially the 10th seed, Urkel.
Huh?
We are
And
tied with the Kings, so
we're the 10th seed. Kings is
28,
we're tied with
27.
the Kings.
Okay, yeah.
Someone was talking about plus minus. If you've seen entering the fourth quarter, Buddy Hield was our biggest plus. That shows you how deceptive that is. Please don't believe in
Yeah,
plus minus.
sorry. I think we're above the Kings. I think we have the tiebreaker. I think we've beaten them twice this season already. So I think we're above
Yeah,
the Kings.
Let me ask y'all this,
well,
right?
they have the tiebreaker right now, though.
So we got Oklahoma City. They're just kind of running away with the conference right now. So OKC, Memphis, Denver. The Rockets are fourth. The Lakers are fifth, and the Clippers are in the sixth spot. Let me ask y'all this: we're in a playoff series against any one of those teams. Tell me the advantage that those six names that I just mentioned has in a playoff series against us. You know this shit is wide open, right? Like, and I've been saying that this has been the frustrating part about the last three seasons is that every time I look at it and I think about how those teams are constructed, I'm like, all of those teams, we can beat them in the series. Every single one of them.
Oracle,
Yeah, it's kind of.
I might sound crazy for this, but looking at all the names that you mentioned, all the teams that you mentioned, am I crazy to say I think the hardest matchup for the Warriors is probably the Clippers? Am I crazy for saying that?
I mean, you're not crazy. I mean, we've lost to Clippers
Yeah,
twice this
they are.
season already.
Out of all the teams you mentioned, like I said, out of all the teams you mentioned, the Thunder, the Rockets, the Lakers, the Nuggets,
Yeah,
the
but there's
Grizzlies.
context within those Clippers wins, right? Like the first one we lost, Steph
OKC is getting blown out by 20 by the Wolves.
Steph
By the way,
Steph injured his ankle in like the first or the second Clipper game, right? So there's context there, right?
But
Like,
like even going back to last season, like we have
yeah.
like 5-1 against them, like 5 losses and 1 win against them, something like that.
I don't think if we're in a playoff series where Kerr's not doing this stupid shit, right? Like I think about us in a playoff series against all of these teams, like the Lakers, for instance. Take them for
Lakers
instance,
lost
right?
already.
Bro, the my biggest fear about the Lakers, I swear to God, was not LeBron, it's not Luca, it's not Austin Reeves, it's none of those clowns. It's actually Anthony Davis. Remember how Anthony Davis used to just lock down the paint? You know what I'm saying? And like all of that off-ball stuff, he would just bust it up. And then Steph just had to go high ball screen and pull him out the paint. And that's how you got things going. The Rockets. Say we match up against the Rockets in the playoff series, and things are kind of close with them as well. Do you think they beat us in the playoff series, bro? Like we should have beaten them every single time this year.
Bro, they haven't even been in a playoff series since what? Trump's first administration? Like, come on, man.
All right, so the Denver Nuggets have won 8 in a row. All right, and you got Nikola Jokic over there and all of that stuff, right? Like, how much do you actually fear them in a playoff series? I don't know.
I respect him, but no.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
I have to
Do you
see
think?
it first.
I don't see us beating Denver, man.
I don't know what their playoff experience is like. Like I know Ime is there. I know Fred Van is there, but and Dylan Brooks to a certain extent is there, but like that's really it.
Well, let me tell you something. My
That's really
biggest
it.
concern with our team is not who's in front of us or anything like that. It's purely how we execute, right? So the thing that I've noticed since the Chicago game, then who did they play after that? They played Minnesota. No, sorry.
No,
They
the
played
Bucks. The Bucks.
Milwaukee. Then they played Dallas, right? So there's a few teams that were missing guys and all of that stuff. However, within that, our execution has been way better offensively, right? Like there's some stuff that we might want to clean up defensively and all of that, right? Like, but let me evaluate that when JK comes back. I was looking at the synergy stuff with JK on the perimeter, guarding ball, isolation, and he's actually ranked as a as a defender this year so far. So what I want to see is when he comes back, how much is that going to help our defense? I think even if he's 60 or 70% of Andrew Wiggins, that'll be massive. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I think that is going to be a positive. Bro, we're just asking for some young legs to just guard ball and not jump on pump fakes. You know what I'm saying? Like once he just stays with his man, don't jump on pump fakes, it'll do wonders for our defense. Right?
I mean,
So
even before he got injured, the last few games, he was very good defensively when he was
yeah.
gone. Like the last 5 games before he got injured, he was putting up numbers and he
Hmm.
was defending the shit out of the paint.
Yeah, so I I don't have a problem with yeah, I can't wait until he comes back because before his role wasn't defined, right? Now they have a defined role for him, bro. Go guard ball and do the same shit that Wiggs used to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that he's going to be as good as Wiggs is because Wiggs is is probably one of the best at guarding the ball in the league, right? But now we got Jimmy out there, and Jimmy's just filling up the box score. Like what he had tonight, like 19 points. He had a pretty good line tonight again, right? So that's going to help us in the playoffs. Late in the game, what I did notice too is that they did go to Jimmy a few times, and bro, you see that thing that he does? He had 19, 8, and 4, 35 minutes. There's a thing that he does, right? Where it's gonna help us in the playoffs, right? Where you see him just get the ball and he just bullies his way to the rim, bro. He just catches the ball and he gets a smaller defender on his hip and he just bullies them, bro. He just punishes them. That's going to help us in the playoffs, right? Especially when you're talking about low possessions, controlling tempo, all of that. That skill set is going to help us in the playoffs, 100%. Now, there's
Did
also
you
like a
see that sequence where Steph was getting double teamed and
uh-huh.
then Jimmy took the ball, swung it to Dre, and then he put it back into the paint and he got an easy dunk?
Yeah. But stuff like that, man. Like the synergy between Steph, Dre, and Jimmy right off the bat, it is massive, bro. Like it right. Um, I still don't want to see Jimmy Butler guarding the ball. I think they need to get somebody else in there that can guard, and he can pick it up in spurts and all of that. But I think his playmaking is excellent. I like it so far. Um, I saw somebody on the timeline saying that he should be more aggressive and trying to score the ball more. I actually don't agree with that. I think the way that he's managing the game so far, he's making plays when he should make the plays, and then when he gets somebody on his hip in a mismatch, he's just abusing them. I kind of want to see that measured type of play. I don't want him doing the thing where, and this is where I'm going to really credit him because if this is always my fear with the second option that we get a guy in here and all of a sudden they're trying to take 25 shots or 22 shots or something like that and then they're going outside